Welcome to the fourth week of 2024. So it's a time when the year is gracefully unfolding and the cosmic energies are guiding us towards deeper insights. I trust this message finds you in a space of contemplation and readiness for the magic that January the 22nd through to the 28th holds for us. So as we embrace on the energy of this week, it's a call to go within, to reflect, to pause, and to acknowledge the growth that is silently unfolded in our lives. So whether you're finding stillness in your thoughts, walking the quiet paths of winter, know that the universe is aligning to provide moments of profound understanding for you. This week, the cosmic tapestry invites us, encourages us to dive into introspection, to explore the depths of our thoughts, to find the wisdom that lies beneath the surface. It's a time to connect with the quiet whispers of our soul and align our actions with our truest intentions. I'm truly grateful to have you here, companions on this cosmic journey. Together, let's explore the energies of the week, unveil the cosmic insights, and find the peace that comes from embracing the natural ebb and flow of life. Now, stay tuned as we navigate the cosmic currents from January the 22nd to the 28th. I'm excited to share my insights with you, offer you guidance, and be a part of your journey as we tap into the transformative energies of this reflective week. I wish you a serenity and a week filled with profound self-discovery. So let's turn to the tarot cards, look at your personal highlights of the week through your sun, your moon, and your rising signs. And if you're not aware of what your moon or rising sign are, you can just simply go to my website. The information is below and it's absolutely free. Okay, let's embrace the cosmic wisdom together. I'll meet you over there. Welcome, Pisces. This is your weekly focus for January the 22nd through to the 28th, 2024. I'm Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly. Thank you so much for showing up, for being here. I appreciate it so much. Thank you. I thought we'd play a little game. We'll see how it goes. I thought maybe in the comments you could just leave an emoji. You know, maybe you liked the video. Maybe you didn't like the video. I hope, I don't see too many of those. Maybe there's some kind of takeaway that you got from the video and you put it into a little group of emojis, and we kind of have to figure out the riddle of what your takeaway was from the video. So I thought, we could interact a little bit as a community if we did something like that. We could try it. Okay, let's see what the cards have to say for you. Our underlying energy is the devil. This is about you rising out of the ashes. This is you being the phoenix, rising out of the ashes, the rebirth. Allowing things that no longer have value to fall away. So this could be in several areas, since it's our underlying energy. This is the main theme. That we are letting go of things, that we are discarding things so that we can become the person we were always meant to be. The person that is calling out to us to grow, to mature, to step into the beauty of who they are and become a force of nature because of it. Ace of Wands. There is a lot, you're giving some thought to the balance. This is separating yesterday from tomorrow, so to speak. So we are letting go of things. We are understanding what needs to be let go. We are understanding our path forward and what we truly need to go on to that path. And so what's getting in our way? What's stopping us? Because these things, we're going to start making some decisions here. And we do have a full moon. Where's your full moon? Actually, it's about habits and behaviors, changing habits and behaviors. Okay, and understanding where we need to let go of things in our life. So yes, it's all about understanding what needs to stay in the past. That's very much our focus this week. We'll see where else that comes up, that kind of energy. But the Three of Cups is about laughter, fun, joy. This is get together with groups of people. Okay, that's where you're going to find the most fun. That's where you're going to find the most connections. You could almost be a leader or some kind in this, or you're leading the march. I also get this maybe as some really great news comes in and you want to celebrate with others. But definitely it's about celebrating. It's celebrating with groups of people, being a part of groups. And maybe because it's on this side, it's on the new beginnings. Maybe you are entering some new groups of people. Maybe you are joining a club or a, a small community of some sort, an organization. But you come together with people this week, or you try to come together with people. Excuse me. And this group of people, I think, helps you to transform into the person you are becoming. So let's say you have decided lately that you want to be a better artist. So now you're going to start hanging out with a group in town, and they meet and they paint and they sculpt and they sketch and whatnot, and they talk about their different abilities and what successes they've had and what they're working on now. And it's just a little get together kind of thing. But you can also do your work at the same time and talk and mingle and learn some secrets from what some people do, and they'll learn secrets from you, kind of thing. But it's about your growth, it's about your development. So look at these groups that you're joining. If you want to grow your self-image or your self-love, get into like those positive mindset. But even if you follow a passion or a dream, you'll be with like-minded people. So remember that as well. Usually people that are in these groups want to excel. They want to move forward. And so if that is your desire, that is exactly where you need to be. Okay? It's going to infuse you in some way. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles. So 2 aces on the board already here. In our first, 4 cards really. But our first 3 on the board. The other one's an underlying energy. This is about, it's almost like when you start to think that, so you're like, I want to start like a meditation class or something. And all of a sudden you get like 3 or 4 different things coming at you about meditation classes in your area. Or maybe it's online. You'll get those affirmations from God, your angels, the universe, your higher self saying, yes, you're on the right path. Keep going, keep going, keep going. This is the way to abundance. This is a way to, maybe it's financial security. Maybe you're understanding for the first time a new relationship that you can have with money by changing different things, or some self-discipline applied, or maybe a plan emerges, a budget emerges that is workable, doable, and actually it saves you a lot of money. Maybe you found some ways to actually cut your expenses in some way, but I almost get this as you're putting it into a savings right now for the future, for what you want to step into, so that the money is there to support you financially. You don't have to worry about your finances as you delve into freeing up your time or freeing up your energy, so to speak. Knight of Cups for work and career. This is a passion. This is a dream. This is a desire. This is who you are. This is the part of you are transforming in your life, shows up in work and career, telling me that maybe you are going to switch jobs so it's more in line, more in tune with what you do on a regular basis, what you're attracted to, what fills you with passion, anticipation. And this is trusting that as you take each step, the new step will reveal itself, and you will have everything you need in order to accomplish that new step going forward. We're a knight. We're not wearing a uniform. We're not wearing any kind of armor. We don't have weapons here. We don't even have a little picnic basket or a jug of water or anything with us. We know that everything is going to be provided if we just continually go with the flow. If we check in with ourselves and say, does this push me into, or does this allow me to move in the path that I want? And we do have the full moon energy this week, so you could see more of what is holding you back, why you haven't been able to make that step up to now, and make some kind of plan or strategy to eradicate that from your life, to put it into your past. So regardless of if you're working, you're not working, if these things can just show up too. I'm thinking these things can just show up. What is Uranus doing this week with you? Get out in groups, okay? These things could just show up. You're in a group and it's for something completely unrelated, but somebody says, "What do you do?" And you say, "Oh, I like this and this." And oh my gosh, really? Because I have a friend that has a business and they are looking for someone just like you. You are hard to come by. Give me your info. I'll pass it on if you want. They'll give you a call. Or do you want their info? You know, it's things like this can happen. It can arrive to you with the Knight of Cups. That's our knight in shining armor. Well, he's not professing love here, but maybe our passions or dreams and saying, "I've got the vehicle for you." But you have to show up. You have to mingle with purpose, okay? With intent, okay? Socialize with purpose and intent. You want that promotion, then go to where all the executives go after work. Okay? Start blending yourself within the crowd. Make sure they know your face and your name and who you are. Get yourself top of mind with those kinds of people. So, but regardless of what you want to do, if you want to start rowing, but you've never really done that rowing before, they're long boats and there's like teams, right? The rowing is what what I pictured in my mind, because I get kind of like team spirit kind of stuff. You start hanging out, you start bringing bottles of water for them, or some kind of energy drink, or a very nutritious treat for them to have when they're taking a break, when they're breathing for a moment. And then you slowly get into helping them with the equipment, and then pretty soon they're going, "Okay, well, we're going to show you how. Okay, you're going to come out in the boat with us today." And and just kind of work your way into the scenery of what you want to be in all the time. I did that with my son. He wanted, well, there was a couple of things. He wanted to go to a Comic-Con, and so I said, "Okay, done deal." And then a couple of weeks later, that was far enough in the future. A couple of weeks later, I said, "Come on, we got to go to that comic book store tonight." "Oh, okay." He thought, "Wow, Mom's taking me to the comic book store." And then we went to the back room, and that was the meeting for all the volunteers for the Comic Con. I said, "There you go, you're in." So my son ended up doing that for like 5 or 6 years, and then he thought, I'm going to be the consumer this time. I'm not going to volunteer, and I'm going to go and I'm going to pay an admission and do what I want to do. But he did that for 5 years, and he was at the Comic Con. I saw all the events, got to meet the majority of the people that were there, and still maintained to do his job efficiently that they wanted him back each year. I did the same thing when he wrestles. He was a ref in wrestling. He doesn't do it too much anymore, but he wanted to go to wrestling, and so I drove him to the wrestling match 3 hours early and sat at the back of the building. He goes, "What are we doing?" I said, "I'm waiting for the guys to show up with the ring and all that to set up, because it's probably a lot of hard work and they probably don't have enough people. You're going to go over and volunteer your services, and that way you're going to get into the show for free." And he became the person at first that they always phoned and said, "Hey, we're going to be setting up at 2 o'clock at this place. Can you be there?" And he was, "Yeah, I can be there." And then one day somebody said, "Do you want to be a wrestler? Do you want to be a ref?" And he said he had an interest in refing, and they started to tutor him and introducing him to the right people to get the knowledge. He was a pretty good ref, actually. I was pretty proud of him there. He does it occasionally, but nothing like he did before. But it's like, weaving yourself into the fabric. Pretty soon he was one of the highlighted refs. For the whole team, the whole outfit, the whole division, just by weaving himself slowly into the fabric. Okay, it's nothing that happens overnight, but it gives you that stability that you just can't. You can't work. You just can't snap your fingers and get that. And it's at a deeper level because you did it that way. Look at this, for relationships, the High Priestess comes out. There's magic. There's magic around you. My gosh, if you're looking for somebody, there's magic to bring somebody beautiful and wonderful into your world. Absolutely. There's magic within you. So know that. whoever you're with right now, that they understand the magical, beautiful person that you are. That they understand that it is a gift to have you in their life. And where that isn't happening, maybe a conversation or two needs to happen. Maybe there needs to be some space in that relationship. But there's these magical moments that just seem to happen. Did I ever find out what Uranus is doing for you? Oh yeah, groups of people in your transformation. Yeah, start talking about who you are and what you want to do this week. Oh my gosh. In groups of people, you do it. You know, have that elevator speech of who you are and what you do and what you like. And that is probably going to bring in something magical when it comes to work and career there for you. Or your stature, growing your stature in the community in some way. Back to love and relationships. This is about exploring the magic. Okay, first of all, knowing your own magic, okay? And then knowing that you are gifted by having them in your life. And where the magic, I get this happenstance. That's why I checked Uranus. But they still brought me back to, it's like this serendipity kind of energy where just the magic appears in the moment. You know, it's, yeah, the magic appears in the moment. That's probably the best way of describing the energy for you. It's, yeah, the magic appears in the moment. So I guess you have to be present. I guess you have to be together. I guess maybe you want to discuss about, you know, I find this very funny. I've never actually seen it before, and you probably won't be able to see it. But on each side, there's a figure right about there and there. One is a man dancing, one is a woman dancing. So you got to be present, but it's kind of like it's the end of supper. You got the music playing in the background, and maybe nobody's dancing. And you're in a group of people, or it's just the two of you, and obviously no one is dancing, and you start dancing. You know, and just allowing the magic to come into the environment, into your worlds, to touch your heart, to open your heart in some ways. The person that you've always wanted to show up in your life appears. That could be an energy this weekend or this week for you. But I think this is when you get out and you socialize, because I see that man and woman dancing, and I've had this deck for 20 years and I've never, ever, ever noticed that before in the cards tell you a reading. And there's some kind of bridge there between the two of them. So, you know, crossing the bridge or meeting them halfway or going through the struggle of connecting, or there's magic that springs out of all these where you're trying, where you're making the attempt. The magic starts to open up. I see it like a puffball, and there's all these beautiful sprinkles and sparkles in the air floating around. It just explodes into a umbrella of magic that rains down on you. I can't describe it any better than that. I'm so sorry. Okay. Now this is your spirituality, and we have the Chariot card here. So the Chariot card is historically the pull back kind of card. It is foggy, it is dark, we are at forks in the road. We do not know what each path entails completely, and we need more information. We need to be able to see what we are stepping into. So this is about pulling it back a little bit. Maybe we're pulling it back a little bit, well, in any area of our life. We want to think it through. We want to make sure that we are taking the path most desired by ourselves. It might not be the easiest path, okay? I'm just going to throw that out. Usually it's like when I go shopping, I go for the one thing on the shelf. It's the most expensive thing each and every time. I'm like, and I'm on a budget. Trust me, I am on a budget. So it's like, how nothing on the shelf looks good to me. And I walk out not buying anything usually because I couldn't have that beautiful one that I saw. And I'm going to go home and figure out how to get that beautiful one. So it's kind of that kind of energy. So in your mind, when you're meditating, when you're sitting in solitude, or you're contemplating, or you're praying, you're going for that leisurely walk through the park or down that beach. You know, those are the times to pull your thoughts into, what do I really want to see in my path forward? What do I want to encounter on this path? What are the successes I perceive? What are some of the steps I need to take in order to get there? What do I need to bring in order to be truly successful going forward? Can I do it without that thing? Can I do it for a short time without that thing until I'm ready for it? Is there other areas of development I can work on in the meantime and just work with what I have? Because I think you'll be offered things if you start that kind of conversation going. You know, they're always there. They're always waiting to help, but we have to ask. We have to ask. So this is a good time to sit there in quiet contemplation and converse, seemingly with yourself. Asking yourself the questions, the who, what, where, when, how, why. Okay? Home and family, we have the King of Swords. You're kind of going forward here with the strength when it comes to home and family. You want to create something. You want to make it something. It could just be your safe haven. It could just be your place where it's total comfort for you. It could be a busy family atmosphere you want. It could be 1,001 things. It's what do you see? Your vision of, because now this is the part that you're going to have to be very self-disciplined in order to bring this in. You're going to have to maybe even create your own path to take those steps in the way you want. When it comes to doing anything home and family right now, anything to move into well-being, growing your health in some way. So, and if you can be self-disciplined, if you can be consistent in your efforts, you'll be amazed at how far you go in this. How it becomes maybe a habit, and then it becomes just second nature, because but at first it's hard to get started. At first you're pushing. At first you're pushing yourself, not pushing you're pushing yourself to stand up and do the thing that you want to do. It's like, I did this one thing, and I don't jog at all, but I did this week of work where I was doing like 30 to 40,000 steps every day, and it was for like 12 hours a day. And the final day I had to go and put something in my truck, but we were all going to meet. So I got down to my truck and they're like, "Where are you? We're ready to go." And I thought, it's like 2 blocks away. And I thought, I'm going to jog it. And I've never jogged in my entire life, but I thought, because I was walking at such a hyper speed all week, that I actually jogged those 2 blocks. I mean, I felt like Superwoman, because I had never jogged before and I could. So the next day I said, I'm going to go out Monday morning. There's this walking path. I'm going to do that speed walk thing, and maybe I'll even be jogging a little bit. Yeah, this is going to be great. I think I made it like 45 minutes, and then I said, I'm going to turn back, and went to the truck and thought, yeah, maybe in the spring I'll do it. It's a little cool out here to do it. I had my excuse bag. I talked myself right out of it. So it is about showing up. It is about disciplining ourselves, and that is what starts the momentum of it becoming a habit, and then eventually becomes second nature. Like, you miss those days when you're not doing it. Okay, let's go to our Circle of Doors Tarot. I'm getting this kind of pushback from the deck, like it's saying I don't really need to be shuffled here for this. Just cut the deck already. So I'm going to cut the deck. I'll turn that card over. Oh, it's the Fool. Look at that. The Fool with the Sun card. Because the Fool card jumped right into the deck. underneath the first card. So you got the Fool there and the Sun card. So new beginnings, new starts. I mean, you're thinking about it right now. We have full moon energy here. So, I mean, and you're planning for that Sun to be coming into your sign. This is a time to release. This is a time to let go. This is a time to shed the skin, to become the phoenix rising out of the ashes, to look at where you want to reinvent yourself, reinvent your world. There's all kinds of reinvention on this board for you. But I think first we have to show up and do some of the harder steps in order to bring in the greatness that can be in our lives. We'll go to the Sun, which is the 19 energy. It's a star. It's 17. There we are. Your laughter gives me life. I remember why I came here. Your smile brings me peace. Let this day last forever. Open your source and awaken the world. You are one with what makes life grand and beautiful, so relish in the overflowing beauties and delights that surround you. Embrace a stranger, dance your heart out, and claim your birthright to joy. The Sun represents everything that is good and true in the world and true about you. All the reasons to show up, to celebrate, to cherish, to praise. This is a promise of infinite possibilities and dares us to express the most magnificent version of ourselves. So ask yourself what gifts you're given each day. How can you become a mirror of universal goodness? What joys are yearning to leap out of you for the delight of all? Your affirmations this week is joy, truth, and love shine out of my heart. I express myself freely and passionately. I am grateful for this beautiful life. I am a messenger of hope. And we will get Power Thought card by Louise Hay. I love life. It's my birthright to live fully and freely. I give to life exactly what I want life to give to me. I am glad to be alive. I love life. And I don't know if you caught that in there. It says, I want life to give me. Wait a second. I give to life exactly what I want life to give to me. So if you want enthusiasm and happiness and joy, then you have to be putting it out there in order to bring it back into yourself tenfold. So I love life. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.